I want to thank Walmart for sponsoring this video. What's up, everyone? It's B the Installer here, and I get two very common questions. One, what do you do with all the extra TVs you have? And two, can you please recommend some TVs that are a little bit better value and not the most expensive TVs on the planet? And I'm going to answer both of these questions. One, I'm going to show you guys a bunch of budget-friendly TVs and even sound bars and even TV mounts, because those are the things that people ask me about. And two, I'm going to show you what we do with the extra TVs that we have in the house, including some of the projects we've done recently and a new one where we're going up and finally putting a second TV and gaming console in the kids' bedroom so that the neighborhood kids have stuff to do and let me do my work. And finally, we're going to get to test out the MetaQuest 3, which is going to be really exciting and kind of a surprise to the kids. So let's get into this first with showing you some of the more budget-friendly TVs that you can buy. So on Walmart, you obviously see that it's Black Friday deals, but really it's fun to go into the entertainment here, click on the smart TVs, and you can see all these ones that are already popping up because some of them are ones that I've looked at, some of them not. But the problem is, once you get to the website like this and you're trying to buy something, which one to get? It's very complicated, and even for me, it's a slippery slope in what I recommend to people. So let's start off with some budget-friendly options. Now first, there is a Samsung LED TV here, the 6900, or it's the 690T. Now this is a pretty basic, straightforward 65-inch at $398. It's from a familiar brand, something that you recognize. You probably have some brand loyalty to this. Now they have the Tizen software that we've used before, as you can see here. And I think this is overall a pretty good deal. Now, is it going to be the most impactful HDR TV you've ever seen? Probably not, but it will get the job done for watching sports, playing video games, and all that. However, if you're planning on making this something you watch a ton of movies on, it might be not as bright as you might expect. Another one that we have recommended before is this LG UHD. This is the 7530, the UQ75 series. This is also a really good opportunity. Again, this is a smaller size, so this is a 55, not a 65-inch, but the price is great, and I think this is one that I would recommend because we had a good time, again, watching sports, movies, gaming, all those kinds of things on it. It has the WebOS operating system. A lot of people like LG TVs, and I think that this one is a very good, budget-friendly, valuable TV that you can get a lot out of for a lower price. And this, like all the other products that I'm showing you today, are on sale for Black Friday. That may change at any point, so get them while you can. But as of recording this video, these are the prices that they're at. Now, if you want a little bit more bang for your buck than the LG and the Samsung, you might opt for something like this Hisense here. This A6H is a 65-inch, and I would imagine it's a little bit brighter and a little bit better with regards to what you're going to get for the price point. Hisense and even TCL are known for that, so it is an opportunity to check out this A6H. It was a 60 hertz panel from last year, very similar to those other two TVs, and I think that this one would probably be a little brighter, a little better, and it has the Google operating system, which I like a little bit more than the other two. Now, one great opportunity that I had with one of my Hisense TVs was to be able to give it to one of my buddies who was deploying overseas right around Veterans Day. So, great family. I wanted to take the TV over, upgrade his 65-inch to a 75-inch. Awesome product. He really enjoyed the Hisense upgrade. We also gave him a Sonos Beam Gen 2 and the sub that goes with it. All of those products are available on Walmart.com, so check the links in the description for that. But it was pretty awesome, and I'm very thankful for those who serve. If you're one of those people, God bless. And then also, TCL has a new one this year, and we actually reviewed this. So this is the Q7, and it is a 65-inch. But as you can see, now we're starting to up in the price a little bit. So I like this, and I think it's fantastic. And if you're sitting there saying, well, he just said that the other ones aren't great for movies, they're good for sports. Now, this is one that would be good for both. I've seen movies on it, I've seen sports, even gaming. It is a 120 hertz panel. It has top gaming specs. It's great with HDR movies. So I think overall, this is fantastic. And now the price isn't going to crush you, but it is, we're slowly moving up in price, and you can see it becomes kind of problematic to determine where you should buy on the spectrum. But most people would love this TV right here, this TCL 65-inch. Most people probably wouldn't notice the difference between this and, the ones that are 2 or 3x the price, but they would notice the difference between this and the ones that I just showed you before. So this is a good happy medium, and I do think still, though, that LG that I showed you before and that Samsung are still really good options as well. And if you keep going, now you see we have a Samsung 65-inch. This is a QLED Q80C, and now that's $1,000. Now, for me, it's like, wow, that versus this TCL, hard to recommend the Samsung. People know this brand a little bit better, but I can tell you they're pretty similar in performance. So are you gonna say that you can't take a gamble to save 350 bucks? Or are you gonna go all the way up and get this Samsung? And saving that money is important, and I'm gonna tell you why, because it's something that I did for the kids in order to make sure we could afford something else. So it's very important how you decide to use your money for the holidays, and we're gonna get into more of that at the end when I show you the ridiculous setup that I made with the gaming systems. And something that actually caught my eye was I actually have this Sony OLED. I bought this 2 years ago, so it's a little bit older. However, these are brand new, so you can see it says new right there. This is a fantastic opportunity. Originally, this TV was $4,000. It is a Master Series Sony OLED. 65-inch TV, and now it's $1398 right here, again, as of recording this video. But that's an absolute steal. I mean, this is a fantastic TV. It's one of the best you'll ever see. And so for $1398, again, we're talking about 2x the price of that TCL. And will you notice the difference? Probably in a dark room, or if you're watching something that's got really bright highlights, you'll probably notice this. But again, very great. And compared to some of the other options, it's a great opportunity for you guys to get in. Now, this year, LG has another OLED. This is their classic C-Series OLED. That's fantastic. And I would say this might be even a better deal, but it's still $200 more. So something that you can look at, the C3, fantastic TV. It's got better gaming specs. It's a newer TV. And to be honest, it's as bright or brighter than that OLED from Sony. However, that Sony, it's a really nice one. And then same with Samsung. They have the new S90C OLED here. It's a QD OLED. A lot of people like this. It's a great value again. 65-inch OLED. Again, it's more expensive, and so I'm out of the value or budget-friendly TVs. I think this is more of just like, wow, it's really awesome. But this Samsung is really fantastic, and with regards to, high-end and, budget-friendly TVs, this one is a happy medium. It's a really great TV, and it's also not gonna wreck the bank, but obviously it's pretty expensive. And hold with me because I'm about to show you guys what we're gonna do upstairs with the OLED TV that I already have. But as you can see here, it's very difficult just with regards to OLED TVs to figure out which one to buy, because you have different 55-inch OLEDs and the price varies significantly between all of them. So you have the highest end G3 here, almost $2,000 for a 55-inch. You have the middle C3 right here for $1,296, and then you also have the B3, which is just fine, and it's under $1,000. So obviously a lot of people would get this because if you're in a darker room, you're not really gonna notice the step up in brightness from these two. It's probably gonna be too bright. But if you're in a brighter room and you want the brightest, this G3 right here is fantastic. And I think all of these are great opportunities. And lastly, I cannot make this video without talking about probably the best opportunity for someone who wants a ridiculously large TV. Because I actually love this TCL S5 98-inch TV, and I did an install for Greg at Greggles TV. Helped him install that. It wasn't my TV, so I didn't, give that one away. He actually got it, but I do have the same one, and it's fantastic for the price point. Now, you're looking at me and saying, dude, that's a $3,000 TV. That's not budget friendly. I mean, for 98-inch size, it is, because back in the day, you couldn't even get, an OLED at 48-inch or 55-inch for this price. You were paying $10,000. So it's all relative. And again, I'm just saying, if you have someone in your life that's looking for a gigantic screen and you want to do it for under $3,000, I mean, you can't get any of the other products like this for, under 6,000 or 7,000, even 10,000 for some of them. So fantastic price, and I really like it. And Greggles TV, they liked it too. So definitely check this one out. And if you want a little bit of sound to pair with these great TVs, there's a bunch of soundbars that I would recommend too. And again, a lot of times it doesn't have to be overly complicated. If you want something to just sound better than the TV itself, you can go with something that's similar brand. They do, work together nicely. There's a lot of good Samsung soundbars right here. So if you just needed the soundbar itself, you can get that for 99 bucks. If you want, this is a 4.1 channel sound, $139, and it keeps kind of going up as you add a little bit more features. They do have these nicer Bose speakers, which are pretty good too. I like them. I would probably shy away from getting something that's, 30 bucks for a home theater, especially if you're buying a $1,000 TV. I would probably go with something a little bit better, because some of the ones that I've had before like that, You know, they're not the best audio. However, they will still be better than, you know, the TV sounds itself. I typically do like these Vizio series soundbars because they come with the soundbar and they come with the subwoofer, and they don't really mess around with the sub. Normally they hit pretty hard. So for a low price, you can get a fantastic soundbar, which is very budget friendly with regards to, you know, how much things can cost. Some of these are thousands of dollars. So right here, simple, straightforward, rollback price, bestseller, and there's a reason for it because it gets the job done. Now, if you have to put this up on the wall and you want a TV mount, very straightforward. Tilting wall mount can hold 50 to 86-inch TVs, and you're like, wow, it doesn't look like it's much, but it does the job, I'm telling you. I've installed a ton of these. They work just fine. And it's ONN here, very inexpensive, will do the trick, and it even tilts forward, back. You know, you can get underneath it if you need to get your hands under there. You can tilt it forward if it's angled up a little too high and you want to get a better viewing angle. So I recommend this. I'll put this link in the description as well. And then also the Pearlsmith. Now I'm going to get to this because I use Pearlsmith mounts myself, and this one's very inexpensive, and it's actually the one I'm going to use to install this TV upstairs. But let's talk about that right now. So I have kids in the neighborhood that come over and play video games. It's great that the kids have friends. However, when they don't have enough to do, then they come down and start talking to me, asking for food, hanging out, which is funny. I'm just kidding. They're awesome kids. But what we need to do is get a second TV up there in their bedroom so that they have two different spots where they can play. And to do that, I'm going to surprise them by getting a brand new X Series S from Xbox. And the reason that I'm doing this is because we have the X Series X. However, it's extremely expensive, and I can't afford to get another $600 gaming system. So I can get one for half that price in the X Series S. It also comes with 3 months of the Game Pass Ultimate, which if you know about Xbox, it's a really good way to get the games. And it comes with a new controller. So very awesome. Now I did opt to get the 1 terabyte, the black version of it, a little bit more memory since we're gonna be playing all digital games, but still saving me almost $300. And with that $300, you know, surprise, surprise, it makes it more affordable to afford the Meta Quest 3, which I'm going to talk about in a second. But regarding this X Series S, in order to utilize it, I got to put up 2 TVs. So what I need to do is take this Vizio TV and move it over to the right, and then I'm going to bring up and install this new Sony 55-inch here. And now, of course, it's a little ridiculous that I'm doing this. However, like I said before, I have extra TVs. So obviously I don't expect everyone to do something like this, although I've seen online people do it all the time. And secondly, it's going to save me headaches because now I'm going to have 2 TVs up there, which I already had the TVs, and I'm going to be able to put this X Series S up there next to the S Series S. So now we've just doubled our throughput and we can have 2 game systems going on at once. It's a big win for everyone. And if that wasn't enough, we're really going to overdo it by getting a Meta Quest 3 because it's brand new, it's an exciting product, and it's the holiday season. And I want to get this on Walmart.com here, picked it up, brought it home, and now I'm going to surprise the kids with it. And the reason for it is because it has up to 30% better resolution while also having 2x the graphics processing power, and it just has a lot better video pass-through, so the kids aren't going to be smashing their hands on things, and they'll be able to like figure out where they are in space without having to like take the goggles off and look back. So I'm very excited for the Meta Quest 3. And so surprising my son with it, we got it set up, opened it up, and he really enjoys playing with it. So overall, it seems like quite the upgrade. But let's see what the boys think about it before we wrap the video up. So what do you think?
I like the full color pass-through, and it makes it easier to find your boundaries.
Yeah. Jacoby, what do you think?
I think it has a lot better graphics.
Yeah.
And everything.
It seems faster too. The pass-through with the on-screen menu was pretty sweet. I thought that was cool. I haven't gotten to play it yet because you guys are so greedy, but do you guys think it's a winner?
Yes.
Yeah.
So as you can see, big upgrade. They really enjoyed it. I'm glad they got to check it out. But I guess now it's time to put it back in the box before Christmas, right? Nah, I'm just kidding. We won't make them do that. But that's pretty funny. So that's just a small example of what we've done with some of the other TVs that we've had in the house. And I hope that you've gotten a lot out of this with regards to all the different products that you can get on Walmart.com. Let me know if you have any questions with regards to the different products that I've shown. Do you have, a preference on one TV or the other? Do you have comments? Let me know all that below in the comments, and make sure to check out the description, as I said before. All kinds of links, all kinds of great opportunities. I want to thank Walmart for sponsoring this video. I hope everyone has a happy holidays, and I'll see you on the next one.